whenever you need a truly show-stopping holiday roast, the prime choice is always prime rib. So here to show us the trick to making the perfect prime rib roast is the prime host of America's Test Kitchen, Julia Collin Davison. Thank you. So nice to see you. Nice to see you guys.
You too.
We always fight for space at the counter
Seriously.
because the food is so good. So this is one of your favorite recipes to make over the holidays, and it's in your new book, How to Roast Everything, right?
That's it, yeah. I mean, this is a crowd pleaser. Everybody likes prime lib and prime lib.
Prime rib. Doesn't matter. No matter what you call it, it tastes just as good.
Well, and it's impressive cut of meat. I mean, this is holiday worthy, and you know, it's a special occasion thing. This is a splurge for many people. So you cook it once a year. You got to have the right recipe, and that's.
But you're so nervous about messing it up because
right. I mean, you're on the line here. You got people coming for dinner. You have this impressive piece of meat,
And you need a little bit of time.
you do need some time. It's actually really easy to cook. You just need a couple days.
Okay, so what do we do first?
So first up is shopping. This is a 7-pound roast. So the roasts are sold by the bone. And this is a 3-bone roast. That's how you buy it. If you can afford prime, go for prime. This is a special occasion. If all you can find is choice, those are meat grades.
Okay.
Choice is a little under prime. It's okay because this recipe is so easy and it's really nice to the meat, so choice will still taste
Okay.
good. All right, so now you notice I picked the bones up. They've been separated. Right, one thing you want to do is you want to cut the meat away from the bones. That makes this roast a lot easier to handle. We're going to brown it. We're going to be manipulating it around.
Okay.
So it makes it easier to handle. But don't throw these away. We're going to use these.
You put them off yourself, or you can have a butcher do it.
You can have a butcher do it, but it's really easy.
Oh, okay.
You just kind of slice right down alongside the bone. It's kind of fun.
Okay.
If you get it,
Satisfying.
Yeah, and so you notice also, you can see how this has been cross-hatched. This fat cap is crucial for flavor. So when you're buying it, half a thick inch thick on the fat. We cross-hatch it. That allows the fat to render while it cooks.
Okay.
It's flavor. You want to do that flavor.
So we cover it in salt.
Covered in salt. 2 tablespoons kosher salt all over in the fridge for a day.
And they're
up to 4
days.
days.
That's why it takes so much time, I said.
Now, magic happens when it's in the refrigerator with this salt. The salt does a couple things. It seasons the meat. It actually changes the protein structure so it can hang on to more moisture. And it dries the exterior so it's easier to brown.
Nice.
It's like a brine.
Yeah, it's a dry brine. One of the things. Yeah, salty.
Okay, so now
here
we
go.
have our meat that we have seared on all sides except the side that the bone was on.
That's right. You can see this back side hasn't been seared. That only takes about 6 minutes.
Okay.
So now what we're going to do is we're going to tie it back to those bones because those bones are flavor. And it's
Okay.
also a nice natural rack for the roast. What you do is you just, a little bit of a tie, take butcher's twine, and you just tie it on. It's not going anywhere.
Now,
It's
if
not
you
gonna
didn't
run away
tie
on
it,
you.
would it have gone anywhere? I mean, you could just put it on top.
I've skipped that step before. It's not, it still
it's
works.
not crucial. It's still
but
gonna work.
Tying it back to the bone does make it a little bit juicier.
Okay.
juicier.
Yeah, a little bit juicier.
Because it's smushing it together,
That's
probably.
it. That's
okay.
it.
So
So
this goes in the oven,
Yes.
low and slow.
Yeah, the oven temperature is really important here. This is a 200-degree oven. You can't really go lower.
200?
Yeah, low and slow makes juicy meat, and that's going to take 3 to 4 hours.
Okay.
The magic temperature is 110 degrees. When you're, so low, and that's not quite cooked yet. At 110 degrees, turn the oven off, leave it in the off oven. Let it finish cooking in an oven that's cooling down.
how much longer?
About half an hour to an hour. Magic temperature for medium rare is 125.
Okay.
That's when you take it out and you let it rest. But letting it finish in an off oven also works for roast chicken. You get the juiciest meat.
Now, how many times did you have to test this to get it right? Because there's a lot of science going
I
on.
might have tested a few more times than I had to. You know, at the America's Test Kitchen, on average, we test about 50 times.
Wow.
We cooked over 40 of these roasts.
So how many pounds of meat do you think?
Oh, well over 300.
Oh my
Well over
goodness.
300.
Wow.
So you take it out, you let it rest.
Separate the bone.
I call this
I
a
just want to
kitchen.
gnaw on
Yeah,
that.
it's a kitchen snack.
so good.
That's what I call it.
really
That's
is.
a chef's treat right there.
Okay.
Okay, so now you
sear
let
it
it rest.
So
Way.
excited.
And oh my goodness.
Wow.
And you're serving this
The marbling.
with horseradish and these beautiful green beans amandine.
Yes, yeah. So the horseradish, I love this horseradish sauce. It's made with cream, whipped cream. You hand whip cream and then you fold in horseradish, prepared horseradish, little lemon, little black pepper.
I can't even hear what you're saying right now.
I know. Where to put
I
the
know.
ribs on the
I
side?
hear nothing.
Yeah, right on top, I
Right
think.
on top. I'm just going to give you a big dollop,
I'm giving you guys kind of delicate slices. You know, at my house, we say, how thick do you want it? You know,
Right,
like.
right.
That's
what's
a
the
delicate
thickness?
slice. That's giant.
Now, when you were talking about how important the fat cap is that something you can ask your butcher when you go?
Yeah,
like
you
if you're not big on buying meat, is that something
Yeah.
they can help you with?
Absolutely. And if you look at the recipe, we have very specific specs of what to go buy because most of us only buy this once a year, right? So it's not something you're used to buying. All you got to remember, 3 ribs, 7 pounds, and leave the fat cap on.
And how many people will the 3 rib roast feed?
8 to 10.
Oh, so it's not like a
10.
rib per person, like with other things.
8 to
Okay.
10 people, and I have to say the leftovers, it makes the most amazing roast beef sandwich, especially if you have some of that horseradish cream sauce left over. And the beans, green bean almondine, usually they're greasy, the beans are overdone. The way around that is to toast the almonds in the butter in a skillet, and then set them aside and cook the beans right in the skillet with a little bit of water. So they're just steaming, and then toss it all together.
Oh my gosh, that's
Oh, I know, it's a
Okay,
bear, isn't
Debbie,
it?
We are
take a
getting in
bite.
here.
This
thank
Go
you.
on, Julia.
They're just tender.
very, very, very good. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness,
The
it's so
horseradish
nice.
cream.
Yes. Thank you so much for making this. And of course, for the full recipe, visit hallmarkchannel.com. And be sure to check out her new book, How to Roast Everything, available wherever books are sold.
It's a Christmas miracle.
So